All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cheryl Turnbow. I'm a sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I'm also in my spare time a CrossFit coach, a CrossFit Masters athlete. My favorite passion is teaching people that nutrition really does heal. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from myself and from some of my teammates. We've all joined on this mission to inspire healthy living around the world. I'm going to start by introducing our products. Our product line is simple and it's going to remain simple because it's food. It's food that our body needs on a daily basis. So pretty much Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. What we have here is we have what we call the core four. The core four are your fruits, your vegetables, your berries, and a full spectrum of omegas. The products are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsules that are made of tapioca starch. So that makes them completely vegan. They're better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness. They have an NSF seal of approval, which means that what is on the label is actually in the capsule or in the product. Like I said, we have the first three. These are called our tri-pack. These are our fruits, our vegetables, and our berries. These products actually have a nutrition label, as you can see there. And then what's in the capsule, this one is the berries, for instance, is raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, your berry line. So 10 different berries, 10 different vegetables, and 10 different fruits. So you're getting 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries on a daily basis. And like I said, a full spectrum of plant-based omegas. So Juice Plus has cut out the middleman. They've gone straight to the algae, which is what the fish eat to get the omegas. And they've made the omegas that way with the oils, algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil. There's some other oils in here as well. We also have complete protein powder. And we have complete bars, and we have a tower garden where you can grow your own vegetables in your living room, out on your back porch, wherever you want. So we have a full line of speakers tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic. I'm going to introduce you to Kim. Kim is a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. She is a writer, a health coach, and she lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So Kim has graciously brought her team to speak with us tonight. So I'm going to let you start, Kim, and we'll love to hear from you guys.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Carol and Cheryl and everybody for being here tonight to hear our stories. I'm always happy to share mine. It's a story of going from some pain to some hope and possibilities. So my background, as you heard, is in education. I was a professor for 28 years. And I'm an author. I was really 17 years ago when I was introduced to Juice Plus, I was mostly living out the dreams I had had earlier in my life. I was married to a really progressive man who was supportive and wonderful. We're still married, and we had 2 daughters, and I had a bonus daughter. We were a blended family, and I loved being a mom. That was a dream come true. And I had worked really hard through graduate school, had some debt from that, and had the career that I dreamed about having. So what could be wrong at that time? Well, 2 things. I was concerned about health, and I was concerned about our finances. So health-wise, I was hit by a car in college. And I was partially paralyzed when I was hit by that car, and I had surgeries and relearned how to walk. And I mean, I'm like a miracle, the doctor said. I'm not in a wheelchair, I'm walking, but I lived in chronic pain back then. And I accept that as my new normal. I was grateful to have recovered as much as I had, but it did impact the quality of my life. I also lost a number of young friends and family members to cancer and heart disease, and I mean young. So my close friend Sarah left behind 13-month-old twin daughters. And I know them, they're young adults now, and life has been good for them and they were provided. But I know when Sarah died, that she did not go in peace. She wanted to be the mom to raise her girls. And it was really devastating. And I worried. I thought, could I be next? She was healthy and suddenly got this diagnosis and was gone. We had dreamed of becoming moms together. My brother-in-law was another casualty to cancer. He was diagnosed in spring and he died and was buried on the day he was planning to be remarried. My youngest niece was 6 at the time. So these are just 2 examples of many. And I was having nightmares I might not make it. And so I knew I had to find a solution. In terms of our financial health, well, we had some debt. Both my husband and I were educators. And like I said, I had the career of my dreams, but I really wasn't earning as much as I thought, I might be. And both of us being educators, it's like we'd pay down debt and then an emergency would come up. And we'd have a car repair or a home repair or some other crisis happen. And we didn't have the kind of salaries that we could produce a savings account to pay those emergencies down. So that was really difficult. And I worried a lot about how are we going to pay for upcoming weddings? We have all daughters. How are we going to pay for and support them through college? We wanted to provide them international experiences, maybe mission work, so they could become global citizens and have a worldview that was bigger than just the community we were raising them in. So I was praying about all this, and I met a doctor at a professional conference that I was attending who was giving a talk on whole food nutrition. That talk changed my life. I'm so glad I went to it. I'm so glad I met her. And what I learned at that talk is so simple. It will blow you away. I mean, we all know it. And that is that to reduce our risk for disease, we need to eat 7 to 13 servings of raw produce each and every day, a wide variety, high quality, organic if possible. And the problem is most of us don't do that. Well, I was one of most of those people. I was the mom driving through Little Caesars on my way home from work. I know some of you are moms today and you're all into organics. Well, I wasn't as intelligent back then. And so I was doing that, even sending Lunchables. Oh, I am so embarrassed to admit that, in my kids' lunches. And I learned, no, we got to let that rest. Stop that, no more. And we made one simple change. We added Juice Plus, fruits, vegetables, and berries and capsules, and the shakes to our food budget and our diet. My husband was a smart one. I was like, can we all afford this? Like I said, I worried a lot about money. And he's like, it's a need, not a want. We're buying things like Little Caesars and Diet Coke and Starbucks, and this is more what we need. And he had been with his brother when he was journeying through cancer. So my husband was all on board with this change. So we got started, and guess what happened? Our health transformed. I thought it was normal to catch every flu, virus, have the allergies. I thought that was just normal, what every family went through. And I realized there's a new normal, that actually when we eat well, and when we're flooding our body with plant nutrients, we don't catch every flu, virus, and cold that goes around. I got off my allergy medication. I was taking it 6 months of the year. And the biggest gift of all is that within a year, I was living most days pain-free. What a gift. The other gift that came along is that I thought this was so great, the Family Starts program where kids get it free attached to an adult order, that I asked Dr. Corson for her business card so I could send everyone I know her way, and she invited me to partner with her. And I was flattered. Here's a doctor inviting me to partner with her? Yes, that sounded good. The next day I got cold feet and I called her and I said, I'm not a salesperson and I don't have time. And she laughed and said, if I could show you how to do this as you live your busy life and in a way that's not salesy, would you want to know about that? And thank God I said yes, because that decision has changed our financial health. We now live debt-free. We supported our girls through college. They each had a gap year and went abroad and became more globally aware. They've had the weddings of their dreams, and I'm now a grandma. And one benefit of this business I didn't even realize when I started is that it's portable. So my daughter Aaliyah lives in Boston, and I have 2 young grandsons there. Instead of getting to know them on FaceTime, I'm getting to know them real time. I fly to Boston and I work from there. My mom is aging, needs more support. She's in Florida. I fly to Florida and work from there. These are not even benefits that I imagined back when I was raising my children. So it's been a great journey. I've grown so much. And one of the things I'm really excited to have you meet some team members tonight, because I didn't think I could grow a team. I even told Dr. Corson I didn't do team sports, so I didn't think I could grow a team. I'm a yoga kind of gal. And she said, well, I think you'll be surprised. And I have been surprised. I've met amazing people. And I'm going to introduce you to Erin Patten first. And I just want to give a little input about her because her story is so moving. I met Erin less than a year ago. I was in Detroit visiting family there, and I was at a Christmas market. It was beautiful. Oh, so many vendors. And Erin was one of the people who had a display of her organic skin and hair product line that she created called Deo. And we kind of clicked. We met, and I'm pretty social, and I'm curious about people. So I said, tell me how you became an entrepreneur. Tell me how you got into this. And her story just moves me. It moves me to this day. She is a Harvard grad, brilliant woman, smart woman. She was getting her master's there, and she had an internship in New York. And this internship, her bosses actually said to her, could you do something about your big hair? And could you maybe lighten it? Well, she's a beautiful African-American woman. She's got big, gorgeous hair. And she was young and a little nervous, and this is an internship. And so she did something about her hair and went back to Harvard and kind of had a meltdown and realized she had sacrificed who she is. And it was through that difficult journey that she got this idea for her line of hair and skin products for African Americans, organic. So that pain, I could tell, here is a woman who's resilient and rising strong. And I added her to my dream team list, and we kept in contact. She moved to Houston, is helping her mom out, who's going through some health challenges. She and her partner are expecting a baby any day now. And when she got pregnant, she got on Juice Plus. And she came to our conference in Dallas and caught the vision and joined the team. And so she's going to tell you her Juice Plus story tonight. Erin, I'm so happy that you are part of our Juice Plus family in this mission.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for that amazing introduction. I just want to say greetings and, all the gratitude to everyone who's on this call and took the time to listen to our stories, because who are we but our stories? So I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to share a little bit about myself with all of you. I literally have just joined Juice Plus. The Dallas conference was literally a month ago or a little over a month ago. So I'm very new to this business, and not even a year into being a customer of the Juice Plus products. But just as Kim said, we met literally around this time last year. I shared with her my hair story, is what I call it. And in many ways, it was my identity story, because what that incident did, it made me question who I was. And I guess at the time, I saw it as offensive. I saw it as discriminatory. I saw it as all the negative things it could be, coming from a victim position. But I really had to learn, and I'm still learning, how to embrace my life's challenges as my life's lessons. And I now have seen that this incident was preparing me for learning more about who I was, and learning to love what I looked like. And it forced me to do that because, it was so painful. And so when I started doing the hair products, not only were they were plant-based, designed for curly, African-American hair, but definitely applicable to all hair types, the full product line. It opened me up to trying to understand wellness more broadly. So I was doing the plant-based hair products and understood that not only did my beauty routine need great products, but my beauty routine also needed great mental care, great nutritional care, great physical care. And so it forced me also to explore other means of wellness beyond just topical products. And then when I got pregnant earlier this year, I had heard from a couple people about Juice Plus and how they had substituted Juice Plus instead of doing prenatal vitamins. And I had been doing a lot of fasting, juice fasts, juice cleanses, water cleanses, exploring veganism, vegetarianism. And this sounded like a more aligned option than taking some prescription pharmacy made prenatal vitamins. And no disrespect to all the women who are taking those, I just wanted to try a different way. And so when Kim told me about the Juice Plus products, then I was like, sign, sealed, and deliver it ASAP, because I really wanted to make sure that my child that's growing in my belly, and she asked me to show you guys a little picture, so I'm going to show you guys a little side view. But I'm not. I have 8 days left and counting. And so baby's coming anytime. And so for this entire 9-month period, literally like blood pressure, like 120/60 or 70, or, in that range, no high glucose, and I'm, for full disclosure, 35 years old, so I'm considered geriatric, you know what I mean, pregnancy. It's my first child. So I've pretty much had what, I've considered a perfect pregnancy, like no morning sickness. And, I think I got sick maybe twice, like a little cold, but I doubled up on my Juice Plus and was over it within 2 to 3 days. And was paralyzed from this illness. I really, credit the Juice Plus with just keeping me and my immune system very strong throughout this pregnancy. And so when the time came to go to Dallas, I actually live in Houston full time. Kim invited me to join her it wasn't Dallas, it was Austin. When Kim invited me to join her in Austin, I wanted to see her, first of all, and then second of all, it's a couple hours drive, and I knew this was an opportunity to expand my own personal growth around wellness and health and nutrition. Little did Kim know that the conference was being held the exact same day that my father passed away 2 years ago from severe health challenges, including heart disease, diabetes, etc. And so I chose to meet Kim that day as opposed to, being with my family on my anniversary, because I felt like it was a higher calling. And little did I know that, when we were attending the nutraceuticals pre-workshops before the conference actually started, one of her favorite doctors actually presented that day on heart disease and diabetes. And literally gave examples and stories of patients he had literally cured who had the exact same illnesses and diagnoses as my father did. And on the same day he passed. So when everyone gave him the standing ovation, I literally crumbled in tears, because I knew that this was a divine intervention. I knew this was something that was bigger than me, that was guiding me in a direction that I have no clue where I'm going. Like Kim said, I went to Harvard for business and government. I used to work in fashion. I know nothing about nutrition, I know nothing about wellness, but what I've known in my heart in terms of what to do best for myself and my child that's growing inside of me. So I really was moved to join the Juice Plus movement because I really just want to learn, period. I can do business. I can be an entrepreneur. I've launched a business before. I've raised money before. I can do all the, the tangible thing, the tactical things, the strategic things. But what I don't know is, the core of what it is that is I'm passionate about, and that's wellness, nutrition, herbs, foods, all these things that are key to our sustaining life here on planet Earth. So I'm really coming into Juice Plus with an open heart and an open mind, and just again, I'm so grateful to have a community of women like you, and like I said, women. I love working with women too, who understand, that I'm pregnant, who, empathize with, whatever variables are happening in my life, and wanting to walk alongside me. Kim uses the word lock arms. I like that. Lock arms with me and help me, lift me up. And I can't be more grateful. So
we're so happy that you're here. I love your story, and I really look forward to seeing what we're going to create, what you're going to create, what we're going to do together. And Jennifer Miller is going to share her story. Erin, Jennifer, and I were roommates at conference, and Jennifer is from San Diego. She's a Pilates instructor. She's a mom. She has the most phenomenal health transformation story of her son that she will share. And we had the best time. We felt like we were soul sisters at conference. So Jennifer, you want to share your story? And I know Cheryl will wrap it up for us after you finish.
Yes. Hi, everybody. And thank you, Kim and Erin. It was so great to hear like all those details of your story, and you look beautiful, and you're such an inspiration to so many. So thank you for sharing your story. I'm Jennifer, and yes, like Kim said, I'm from San Diego, and I'm actually a third generation native, which is kind of rare here in San Diego. A lot of people aren't from California that live here. But yes, I am a Pilates instructor. I actually got certified when I was like 20 years old. And so I've been teaching for 23 years, you guys. Started as a ballet dancer, led into Pilates to help strengthen my core, and fell in love with it. It was something easy for me to do. And I'm also certified in nutrition through IIN. Some of you might know that school. It's an online school in New York. And I'm also mostly recently certified in Feng Shui, which is something that it's a contemporary version of Feng Shui with no superstitions. It's very spiritual and just kind of how your environment supports you. But I've always, my passions are nutrition and kind of interior design and environment. So I was introduced to Kim through my friend Barbara, who's a Pilates client of mine, and I've known Barbara for quite a few years. And she introduced me through Kim through Facebook, which one day, and I'm a very open kind of person. One thing I forgot to mention is that I do have 3 children, 2 girls, 1 son, and then my boyfriend, my love, has 3 children as well, all girls. So 6 children between all of us. It's kind of a crazy life, and but it's lots of fun. So yeah, we're really busy, and we've got tons going on all the time. So I'm trying to juggle all of these things, and so I try to stay open. So my client Barbara introduced me to Kim, and Kim immediately, I think we got on Zoom, and pretty much immediately. And I kind of looked her up on Facebook. I'm like, okay, wellness coach. Okay. Oh, Juice Plus. I thought, oh, Juice Plus. That's one of those. That's those. And I've done every one of those. I've done Cabby. I've done Beachbody. I've done Stella and Dot. I've done but none of them fit me. They were exciting, but then, I just couldn't do it. The passion wasn't there. So Kim introduced me to Juice Plus and what it really was. And it wasn't juice like I originally had thought. I thought Juice Plus is juice, and I don't juice. I don't like to drink my calories. It's just something that I'd rather eat them. So I actually did a little bit of research online about what Juice Plus was before I talked or did a Zoom call with Kim. And she didn't even say much. And I was like, gummies? She said the word gummies, these chewable gummies for children. And we can get them for free. If an adult signs up, we can sponsor a child. And I was like, what? Gummies? My son, Riley, he's on the autism spectrum. And you guys, he just turned 11 in, he's 11 and a half already in March, just started middle school. He's been going, lots of transitions. He's growing like a weed. He's got sensory issues. So he's really, really highly anxious around food, and especially new food. It's always been a very big issue. And with me, with my nutrition background, it was even almost more difficult knowing that I can't get him to eat anything besides quesadillas, chunks of cheese, Z-bars, crackers, and cookies. Literally, that's all he would eat. And he just wasn't really progressing much. I mean, he's progressing a little bit each year, hitting his goals in school, sort of, kind of. But the food thing was just miserable. He wouldn't eat more than a peeled, maybe one piece of a peeled apple and maybe a baby carrot. And that would be like in 1 week, that would be like amazing if I could get him to get those into his body. So it was really a struggle. So I immediately, just like Erin said, it was like, I need to get these gummies. Like, I didn't even care about it for me, because I thought, I'm pretty healthy. I already eat so well anyways. Like, I'll just take it, but I'll probably just give it to my boyfriend because he needs to eat better. So got the products and immediately, like, didn't even just give it to Riley. I gave it to all the kids. And like, we ran out of the gummies in like 2 weeks because, with all the kids in the house, I was feeding 4 kids with 1 pack, I think. But we've had, so this has been since June. Okay. So I haven't even been with Juice Plus for more than a year. It's only been a couple months, like 7 months. Riley has, just in the past, I would say, just in the past week during Thanksgiving, tremendous strides. And even like a few weeks before that, Riley was eating, get this, those Eggo pancakes, it's highly processed, with Aunt Jemima, like the worst syrup you can possibly get. Like, the ingredients are like corn syrup and sugar and like chemicals, and it's like fake syrup. And that's all he would eat for breakfast, and almost sometimes just lunch, like 2 meals a day. Terrible. So he was with his grandmother this one weekend, I would say about 5 weeks ago. And he was pacing the room back and forth. And she said, Riley, are you going to eat your breakfast? And he said, Mimi, I'm feeling nauseous, Mimi. I just can't eat pancakes anymore, ever again. And she said, what? And it was interesting because it didn't happen with me. It happened with Grandma. And maybe that was a good thing, because there's a different energy there from me being his mom. But that day he tried banana, he tried peanut butter. Like, peanut butter was one of those things that I just was wishing I could get into his body. But he tried, I think, bread with butter on it. Not the best, but this is way better than what he was eating every day. I'm forgetting right now what else he tried, but there were like 5 new foods in 1 day, you guys. This has never happened. Like, I'm lucky if he tries 1 new food in a year. So I truly believe that these chewables, Juice Plus chewables, and I didn't even know that I should be possibly increasing the dosage. Like, I only gave him the 2 of the fruit and 2 of the veggies. Like, what will happen for him if I double the dosage, right? Like, I just can't believe it. So he has made tremendous strides. And over Thanksgiving this past weekend, he was out with the entire family. It was raining outside, so we were all inside. There were like 20 of us. He was sitting, socializing, which he never does. He's almost like a cat. He like wants to be with you, but he wants to be on the other side of the room in the corner and observe, but not take part, or he'll go in his room and hide because it's just too overwhelming. He was out with us on Thanksgiving, conversing, sitting, relaxed, having conversations with grandpa, grandma, anybody really, always by my side, so lovey and huggy, and like, mom, so much to tell me. It was just amazing. He's just made tremendous strides. And I know that it's like, I can see the difference, and it's taken about 6 months. And
Jennifer,
I just knew he needed this.
It's so moving. I so love the story, and I know you love it. I'm looking at our time right now, and one of the things I did want to share with everyone, and then I'll turn this to Cheryl, is that working with Jennifer and Erin, we get together every week on Zoom. We meet together. We really love each other so much. We're getting to know each other at such a deep level, having fun together, growing together, taking risks together, and really creating this big vision for how we can transform our own lives. And so both the product and the mission is just really wonderful. And I love that I can go to Houston and I can go to San Diego and be supportive. And believe me, with Michigan winters, those are two places I plan to be visiting, and we're so excited. So I'm just so happy that you all, if you're thinking you can't grow a team like I did, just look at what has happened. And these are just two people of so many in our organization that brings so much joy to me. I'm so honored to work with both of you, and I'm so happy for all of you to hear these stories tonight.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Jennifer and Erin, for sharing. We're going to go ahead and let Cheryl wrap it up really quick, and then we'll move on to our training event.
Okay, well, I'm happy to do that, and I love those stories as well. And we're a little short on time, so when I go into the training, I'll go ahead and share my story with you all at that point. I will say though, I've been with the Juice Plus company for 32 years now, which is a shock, because I never thought I'd grow up and this would be my career. My background was education. I taught at one of the universities in South Louisiana, and I loved education. But again, it was times were tough, and I needed something, in addition. And to what we were doing, I was suddenly single, and it was just a really hard time with two small children. But I guess the thing I would like to share here as we close is, as we hear these stories, and Erin said it so well, what are we? We are our story. That's what we're about. And she said something else too, that, just almost to her shock and surprise, she realized that it was divine intervention, is that how you said it, Erin? Was because what I've watched over 32 years is that the right people seem to show up at the right time in the right place. And it really is truly a mission of making a difference for other people. I know for myself and my family, it's given us totally a physical edge we wouldn't have, a health level we would never have experienced. All of those things are very, very real for not only ourselves, but the people we love and those we come across every day from a business standpoint, that it really does truly make a difference. And also, that security that we all need. Financially, we all have the responsibility to care for ourselves and our families. And to be able to step out of financial stress and financial fear, not only to do it for yourself, but be able to offer that to other people. What a great gift both of these things are. And if we look at this holiday season, hopefully, we're just getting off a wonderful holiday of Thanksgiving, where we're so appreciative for who we are, where we are, and what we're about as far as our lives and our company. And we go into the Christmas season too, and what better gift to give anyone but the gift of good health and the gift of financial security. And as I close this segment, something that I've always, this little saying that I think so powerful is, don't ever underestimate the power of human connections. We all want to feel needed, that we belong to something worthwhile, that we're productive, and that we make a difference in our lifespan. And I truly think all of us will agree that's where we find ourselves tonight, is we are blessed in that regard. So Carol, I'll turn it back over to you, and then we'll go on to the training aspect of this for those who would like to stay with us. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to say good night and stop the recording. So we'll do that.